Sundarbans is the kingdom of royal Bengal tigers and certainly the pride of Bangladesh. This enormous green region, residing in harmony with the Bay of Bengal, is the world's largest mangrove forest, and it's located far away from the noise and crowd of the capital city of Dhaka, Bangladesh. Shamnagar is a small sub-district which is connected to a few parts of the Sundarbans. This small remote area has the most beautiful weather of its kind. Despite having the most natural magnificence, the economic ecosystem, as well as the living standard of the area, was below the country's standard for a long time until Farid 9 Stars Agro-Foods BD Limited, with the lion symbol, arrived to Shamnagar and made it their den. The arrival of the largest manufacturer and exporter of soft-shell crabs in Bangladesh changed the fates of hundreds of thousands of the local people. Farid 9 Stars Agro-Foods BD Limited is a sister concern of Farid Group, who are the leading manufacturer of fishing net and twine rope, and also the largest manufacturer of plastic mats and soft-shell crabs in Bangladesh. It was established in 2014 as a joint venture with 9 Stars Farm Company Thailand to introduce soft-shell crab product for the first time in Bangladesh. Since then, Farid 9 Stars Agro-Foods BD Limited became one of the largest soft-shell crab exporters in Bangladesh. We have acquired the approval from FIQC, Environmental Clearance Certificate, and all other required licenses and permits, and established WTP and ETP plant in our factory premises. In 2016, we started exporting soft-shell crabs to Thailand and Australia. And following the footsteps, we started to export our soft-shell crabs in the EU countries and USA as non-packers. At Farid 9 Stars Agro-Foods BD Limited, we are always looking for product developments and new ways to improve the quality of our product. In 2018, we established a new processing factory with improved equipment imported from Thailand to maintain FDA and EU standard, with a view to export in the USA and EU countries under our licenses. As a result, we have gotten the permissions for USA and EU recently. We have exported a total number of 491,349 kilograms of soft-shell crab in the year 2020 to USA, England, Belgium, Germany, Singapore, and Australia. We collect our crabs from the local crab fishermen of the Sundarbans. Our farmers go as deep as feasible inside the Sundarbans to source full-grown, hard-shell crabs. The local fishermen usually go deep within the Sundarbans in small boats. While it's full tide deep inside the Sundarbans, our fishermen spread bait and continuously keep checking until they collect sufficient amount of hard-shell crabs. After the whole day of collection, our farmers bring the crabs to our farm for further processing, keeping all the safety measures. At Farid 9 Stars Agro-Foods BD Limited, we have a farming area of 8.45 acres and a total number of 600,000 boxes. Every day, more than 200 employees work day and night to maintain the farm. In order to meet our growing demand in the international market, we also have another 500,000 boxes that belong to a few local farmers under our company. Since Farid 9 Stars Agro-Foods BD Limited is the only company to have the best processing zone in the radius, we certainly can ensure the quality of our final product, regardless of the farm it's coming from. After receiving the hard-shell crabs from the local fishermen, we weigh them and inspect their quality at our farm. After a very careful inspection, we only pick the fresh and disease-free crabs, weighing in the range of 40 grams to 160 grams. We are very particular about the size range of the crabs for further processing. After weighing and inspecting, the crabs are placed into the boxes. We put each crab in a separate box to restrict the crabs from injuring, killing, or consuming one another. We also arrange the boxes in separate lines according to the weight of the crabs. It helps us classify, inspect, and feed the crabs accurately. To maintain and ensure the health and growth, we feed the best quality, farm-fresh tilapia fish to our box crabs. Our workers pull all the boxes and place crab feed one by one into all of them, ensuring all the crabs have been fed properly. At our farm, we feed our crabs after every 3 days, and the feeding portions are strictly from 3% to 5% of the crab's body weight. The natural processes of muscle growth leads the crabs to shed their shells at any point of time during the day or night. We check each box of crab every 4 hours to examine if they have shed their shells. Once shed, the crab shall immediately be transferred from the boxes in order to prevent regrowth of their new shells. This process is particularly vital for producing soft-shell crabs, and we have one checker for every 10,000 boxes to keep checking all the boxes continuously. At Farid 9 Stars Agro-Foods BD Limited, we also have a regular water testing facility. We keep the level of pH, alkalinity, salinity, and ammonia of water and soil in regular check. We also check for heavy metals twice every year. And to help our fellow crab farmers, we have created an advanced finance program where they can get a loan to start their own soft-shell crab farm. Farid 9 Stars Agro-Foods BD Limited proudly operates a full functional factory over an area of approximately 1.5 acres in Shamnagar Subdistrict. Inside our factory, we have a world-class soft-shell crab processing center to make our product export ready following all the health and safety guidelines as per our clients' requirements, which is approved by FDA and EU licenses. Our processing center has a workspace of 15,000 square feet. In the processing center, we constantly maintain a temperature of 20 degrees Celsius to keep the farm-fresh, soft-shell crabs alive and healthy. 60 highly skilled workers work day and night in there to make sure all of our soft-shell crabs get ready for export in due time. To maintain hygiene and safety of all our workers, we have built separate gates for the entrance of male and female workers of our processing unit. Upon entering, we also have 2 separate changing rooms with protective and hygiene safety gears facility. After changing into our uniform, all the workers are obliged to go through the hand wash zone. At the processing center, we only receive the live soft-shell crabs sent directly from our farm. After unloading, all the crab crates go through a contaminated pocket door to ensure hygiene and safety of the crabs as well as the processing unit. After receiving the crabs in the processing center, we place them in the oxygen tank for 40 minutes for oxygen aeration. This process helps ensure life longevity and muscle strength of the crabs. It also helps remove any unwanted salt water from the crab's body. Once the oxygen aeration is completed, we then carefully grade the crabs according to their weight and sizes. After grading the crabs, we take the graded crabs to primary wash with still water for 1 minute, and then we go through an ozone wash for 40 minutes for disinfection and destroying any hazardous bacteria. Our crabs are then kept in an SS tank for chlorine wash for another 10 minutes. This process helps for further disinfection. After all of these washing processes are completed, we place the washed and disinfected crabs in the chilling tray for 5 to 10 minutes for further processing. The next step is the cutting section, where we cut the goods according to the client's requirement. At this stage, once again, we grade the crabs according to our export standards and client's requirements. Once we are done with our export grading, we transfer all the crabs to the panning and glazing center for individual packaging. After the packing, we weigh and send the final products to a -5°C chilled room for 30 minutes. This stage is also our initial stocking process. Once we have a sufficient stock in the chilled room, we then transfer the products into the blast freezer. In the blast freezer, the crabs are kept in -35°C for 6 hours for preservation. After this process, we pack and label the product. Our packed goods can then go through a metal detector to ensure safety and hazardous objects. Then we transfer our packed boxes to the frozen storage, where they are kept in a -18°C temperature until they are ready for export. Then we send our crabs to seaport via our own freezing van to maintain the product quality. We also have other facilities and aspects to support our processing center. We store our chemicals in a safe storage, which is connected to our processing center by a contaminated pocket door. We also keep our packing materials in a separate safe and hygienic storage. We have our own substation of 315 megawatts to power the whole factory. Along with our substation, we have our own generator of 315 kVA as a backup source of power to maintain seamless power supply to the entire processing center. We have a control box for all cold storage, blast freezer, and chill room. We have our own compressor as well. All the water used in our processing center comes directly from our own water treatment plant. We have 2 water treatment machines that are capable of purifying up to 4,000 liters of water per hour. To help the native people, we have made purified water from our water treatment plant accessible to all the locals completely free of charge. We also have an effluent treatment plant, or ETP for wastewater treatment. We treat any used water before releasing them into local drains to ensure that the wasted water does not contain any harmful chemicals or elements that can harm the environment. We have our own lab for testing SPC, TPC, APC, total coliform, fecal coliform, Vibrio cholera, Salmonella, water and ice, and swab tests. Our office is situated next to our processing zone. Here we have a conference room with all the necessary modern equipment to host internal and external meetings. We also facilitate regular training programs for the development of our workers' skills. We also have a full-time qualified doctor facility in our factory premises to provide health consultation and primary medical assistance, which gives the workers a significant level of comfort for their safety and economic savings. Also, our staff can have a regular consultation and keep a check to their health conditions. This is our child daycare center for the children of our employees. This gives our female staff a chance to work without any hesitation while giving their children a place to play and learn. This is just the beginning. At Farid 9 Stars Agro-Foods BD Limited, we are continuously changing, growing, and learning in order to sustain our competitiveness and maintain our standards in this challenging environment. We are constantly developing new ways to improve our product quality as well as the service excellence. As a company, we are always ambitious to grow, expand, and contribute to the country's economy in such a way that helps change people's lives. Thank you for giving us your valuable time and attention.